This is the Baobab tree, an amazingly huge African tree with a very bizarre fruit. I came across the tree years ago, but the fruit it had was unfortunately unripe. Now recently, I was given some fruit that was a bit too old, so I don't feel like right now is the time to discuss the fruit. However, there is something that can be done with the seeds that is very, very interesting. So I have these Baobab pods, which were very, very kindly sent to me from viewer Victor. So Victor, thank you. So first I'm going to have to cut into this thing, and as you can see, these things are hard. They're very hard. I think usually people smash them like on a rock or with a hammer or something, but I want to actually preserve the shells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handy dandy Dremel, and I'm gonna cut these in half. So I'll be back, and let me just take a guess how long this is gonna take. I have 3 of these. This one's really big actually, so here's one big one about this size, and one about this size. I'm gonna bet 40 minutes. So I have successfully opened up all of these, and I would like to point out that I'm keeping my Baobab fruits inside half of a calabash fruit because this is apparently just like what my life is now. Not too difficult to get out. It's kind of stringy. Like you see like these fibers in here. It can be like a little tedious, but it's like not that bad. It's like a big bowl full of styrofoam. It's really like light, dry, powdery fruit. So here's the problem: is that this flesh is pretty tightly adhered onto the seed. I have to actually like use my thumbnail to get it all off. Okay, so there's not like a whole lot of information on how to remove seeds from Baobab fruits. So I learned this the hard way. I've spent about an hour painstakingly removing the flesh off of these fruits, and here's what I figured out. I put a dough blade into my food processor along with all of the, chunky bits of fruit. You gotta put it on for like maybe like a few minutes in order to get enough of this powder off. It takes some time. So it all seems to like want to shoot out of the top too. So something I learned is to actually cover it. I'm gonna put a towel on top of it. Oh man. So about 2 minutes into this food processor, and you can see the seeds have mostly separated from the flesh there. Okay, next I have a metal colander that's going to go inside this mixing bowl. You can already see the powder from what I've done so far. So that goes in there, and I'm just going to dump all this in here and just like agitate it to get all that powder out of it. I'm going to separate these and put them into this bowl, which you can see is already filled with seeds. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I have no clue, but just to get like all this pulp off the seeds is going to take some work, and I think maybe if I like let this soak for a while, it's going to loosen up that pulp. Yep, I just woke up, and yep, they are still soaking in the water, and as you can see, there has been some success. I got most of that pulp off. I can see the water's like pretty filthy, so I'm gonna like rinse it out a few times, agitate it, rinse out again, and see if I can get this water clear. Now that the water is clear, these seem to be clean, I am going to lay them out to dry in the window for, I don't know, a day. Let's see what happens. I let them dry out for about 24 hours, and they're pretty dry. I think they're fine. They look okay. But I don't know how to roast these properly. I only found really one source of information saying you can use this for coffee, and it says just roast them. So I don't know exactly how to do that. But I'm going to follow what I did when I reviewed the Kentucky coffee and put it in an oven at 300 degrees for 3 hours. But I'm going to cover it with this pan here just so they don't explode everywhere. But that's going to go in the oven. I let them cool as well. They look like, well, they basically look like what they did in the beginning. But, you know, they are roasted. Actually ate one of them earlier, and they taste a little bit like popcorn. They're easier to break now that they are roasted, but they are still very hard. So we'll see if this will break the blade of my spice grinder or not. Oh man. Yeah, I think it just broke my spice grinder. Well, that's not good. Yeah, it did. Yeah, and they did not grind at all. It's not easy, but it does appear to be working. So, yeah, I'm gonna spend the next 20 hours cracking these things. You know, I've spent so much time working on these things, cutting the pods open, ripping out all the stuff, cleaning them, letting them dry out for 24 hours, roasting them for 3 hours, and now with this. So, yeah, this is probably the most difficult thing that I have ever had to do on this channel. Hey guys!
Hi Jared.
Are you ready for another fantastic coffee-like beverage?
I am so ready.
Okay, good. So in this Tupperware, I have Baobab coffee. Baobab. This coffee came all the way from Africa. But
Doesn't a lot of coffee?
well, this this not coffee came from Africa. That's a little bit more rare. So let's first give it a whiff.
Oh, it smells really good.
I think you're doing it the same way. Peanut butter?
Yeah. Yeah, it does kind of smell like peanut butter.
Oh, let me smell it again. I haven't smelled it since I made this. Yeah, a little bit. So I have no idea how much to use. What do you think?
Make it strong. We want to taste it.
Let's do 5. Is that?
Oh, yeah, that looks good.
That's good? Okay. It's not dark the way coffee is, so who knows what this is going to be like. It does not look like coffee.
No.
It looks like muck.
Chocolate milk.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's very light brown looking and murky. That does not.
It's like a pumpkin spice latte.
That's good. Yeah, let's keep thinking pumpkin spice latte and not dirty sewage water.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a lot more like sewage water.
Oh, yeah. It's not very robust.
Yeah, it looks
Uh-oh.
Looks kind of like dirty bath water.
There's still some room underneath that French press.
Well, it's the thing is, like, this stuff is very powdery.
Yeah, it's kind of pulverized.
Yeah, so I feel like it didn't really, like, infuse as much as
Yeah.
it, like...
It turned into a suspension.
How about a smell test?
It does not smell as good when it's coffee. The beans smell better.
Almost like a plum smell.
Mm-hmm. Or, like, pruny.
Yeah.
It's, like, a little dry fruity.
It's pruny.
Yeah. You want to give it a sip? It's, like, a very, like, woody, slightly sweet,
The herbal
Yeah.
thing is still there.
slightly herbal
Yeah, it's sweet, for
Weak.
sure.
coffee.
It's like sawdust with oregano.
It's kind of nice, actually. If it was stronger, I'd like a lot.
Yeah.
This isn't bad.
It's actually growing on me a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know if this will get stronger is the thing. Because, like,
Yeah.
it's not dark. It's, like, dry, light powder.
Yeah, it didn't really look like it had a lot of oil to infuse the into the water.
Yeah.
A little sugar. I mean, it's not very strong, so I'm not going to add that much.
Oh, it lightens nicely.
Yeah, it looks kind of like, well, weak coffee.
Tastes like sugar milk.
Yeah.
Does not really taste like too much else.
It's already very weak,
Yeah.
and the little bit of strength that was there,
It's kind of like a hazelnutty milk.
it's like if you took like a cup of hot milk and put in a spoon of, like a little spoon of peanut butter powder, and like
Yeah.
a little spoon of like instant coffee.
Yeah.
It does taste a little like coffee, like a flavored
Slight
Yeah, it tastes like a flavored coffee.
like a very weak flavored coffee. Out of 5 beans, where 5 beans is a cup of coffee, and 0 beans is not a cup of coffee, how many beans does this get?
2 beans because it doesn't taste unlike coffee. In fact, you're right that it has sort of an instant coffee flavor to it, but it's so weak that it's not like a cup of coffee, really.
Mm-hmm.
If someone were to hand this to you, though, would you think it was coffee?
No.
I was thinking lower, but I think I'm gonna go with 3 beans.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does have that roasty flavor. It does have it doesn't taste like grains like the other ones.
Right.
It tastes like the right kind of material for coffee, but just slightly different. And I think if the flavor was stronger, it would have more of a fruity taste that would not be as much like coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But as it is, it's coffee-ish.
I'm gonna give it a 4 because I say that it does taste like coffee. If someone were to give this to me, I would think it was like a very cheap flavored coffee.
Yeah.
I would not be happy with it, which is why, you know, I normally would not give it such a high rating, but I still would think it was coffee. So I think maybe, like, if anything, this would be good to blend with coffee, maybe, to, you know, if you're trying to lower your caffeine intake or something, or to blend it with another not coffee to give it, like, a little bit more coffee flavor.
I feel like it
That'd be
would
good.
be interesting to soak it in water for a long time and then like cook with that, like make it into like a cake or something. Like it would be good in like a chocolate cake.
Like, use that powder as, like, a cocoa powder substitute.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe not for a beverage.
Mhm.
Yeah, so our average is 3 beans, seems fair. And yeah, you know, I think I can finish this. It's not bad,
Yeah.
but, you know, it's a little disappointing. The most interesting thing about this to me is that you can make this not coffee beverage with it out of the seeds, and people make a lemonade substitute, basically, with the fruit.
It's pretty neat. So pretty
Personal
wide
fruit.
range universal is the word I was trying to
Yeah, it's a bizarre, very bizarre tree. And I think, like, if anything, this makes me kind of appreciate the tree more, but not the best cup of coffee.
Probably not, yeah.
Alright, see you guys next time.
Okay, I only have 1 minute, so I have to make this fast. Guys, click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that bell. I don't know what the bell does, but it probably gives an angel its wings, so click on it. That dislike button, don't click that one. Go to the comments, leave a comment if you have something to say. Go to this description, because in the description there is a link to my Patreon page where you can help contribute to my channel and make it grow. There's also a link to my website where you can see a backlog of videos, more information, and also you can buy a t-shirt at my website now. I want to give a special shout out to the channel Smarter Every Day, because Smarter Every Day is a mega contributor on Patreon. They're really helping me out. If you like what I'm doing with Fruit, check out his channel because it basically covers everything involving science. It's really interesting. Also around there should be a couple of videos right here. These are the videos to my next week's episode, if it's up, and last week's episode, where you can check that out. I still have 3 seconds, guys, so thank you so much. Bye-bye.